night. We don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that when I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts. I've been through that. See you SOS.
I see you thinking. See you thinking. What's our number?
Man, I don't know. 3 numbers popped to mind. I know which one I was going to go with. It was either 4, 5, or 7.
Jesus, man.
It started out good. I think it just faded, you know.
So. And I should have went with the other one. Man, what's going on now?
I'm sorry, Wes.
Appreciate it.
They can't all be 10s, right? It was
perfect. My ego tonight.
It was perfect. 9.4.
I like that. You worked the 4 in there. I appreciate that. So thank you, man.
Oh, shit, man. How's it going, Wes?
It's going well, man. Excited about another night. We're out here. Uncle Bill's not with us tonight, so appreciate everybody jumping in and joining us on another night of Shiggin Fried with Chicken Fried with LC and the fill-in, producer Wes. So thank you guys, man. Really appreciate it. And if you are at it, like, subscribe, share that page. We can see who does it. And look, I have been keeping notes. If you're not on the good side, we're not going to take care of you at the end of the year. We might have
people. I've seen them.
We've got a goodie list. Trust me. We're keeping up with it.
Yeah. So, man, what have you been up to? You getting that outlaw settled in? You've been doing some practice cooks? You getting it dialed in? You ready to bust loose with it or what?
I wouldn't say that I've got it dialed in by any means, but I'm going to tell you, did a little practice cook on it today. Did some catering on it over the weekend, and man, I can see why people cook on them. Trust me, it did some good things. I need to hit some other tenderness points on one category, but I think I know where I need to be. But it was great. It was fun, and been able to push stuff. But I'm going to tell you, not sitting there and waiting. I can wait much later to put food on because it powered through some meat, and I'm just not used to that.
What all did you cook for your catering? What all did you cook on it?
Did some. Well, Schaefer's on here, so I did do hams, and I think he still owes me for one of those hams. So I'd like you to Venmo me, Chris, if you could. We did some brisket and did some chicken. So today we just did some pork, rib, did some chicken just to see if I can keep the drum at the house. Man, I liked it. Outside of just getting ribs dialed in, it did awesome.
I do have to shout out to Chris. I did get a phone call Wednesday morning last week, so thanks, Chris. Of course, I heard he had to send out to a couple buddies to find my number, but he did call me. So
he never hit me up to get your number, so appreciate it. He always says we're such great friends, and he never includes me.
He made this comment, and he's going to bed.
It's coming in the next 30 seconds, I promise you.
Yeah.
Oh,
you're good. You're getting it dialed in. You got the contest coming up, right? Huh?
Man, we're going to jump in the Drew Haven, the Drew Invitational up in South Haven, Mississippi. So kind of weird to jump pits right in the middle of the stuff, but man, better late than never, right?
Man, you can't make a switch. So there's nothing like trial by fire.
That's all we could do. So we're going to run it, have fun with it, man. We're not expecting a whole lot, and Chris is out of here, so I'm not going to hear the smart ass comment that I'm sure was coming. But we already got him out of here. But no, man, it's going to be fun. How about you? I see you went and had a pretty good weekend as well. Tell us about all that money you made.
Yeah, I'm still trying to think of how I'm going to spend all that money.
And there's a story, everyone. It is coming.
They do that contest every year, so it's in Kerrville, which is it's 21 miles from the house. I guess it's the closest cook-off that I cook every year, and it's always Easter weekend. It's Easter Fest on the banks of the Guadalupe, so that's pretty cool. And then Reed's been into fishing these past couple of years, pretty big. So man, we were right on the river, and we caught fish. He wore out the bluegills, and man, we had a big time. Mom and Dad came out, and that was fun. So friends, family, cooking. They had a great turnout. That contest is not a state championship. We're in Texas. We don't have a blanket. So, if we don't have a state proclamation for a contest, which there's a lot of those, man, we got to hit 50 teams. Well, this contest year in and year out. Last year, I think was 49, so that's fun for whoever won, right? And 43, 44, it seems like it never hits 50. And we did hit 50 this year. And I think we had 53 teams at the cook-up. Nice turnout, good weather. And man, I had a good day, but man, sure as shit, still not a bung. That guy reserved it. So
he did all that bitching about making sure you get 50, and then he just shows up and chokes and don't get the GC. And
I'm not complaining, man. I still got all that money, so whatever. I talked to Wes, I think earlier this week, and you were telling, that's good, man. Well, at least I'm like, man, I didn't make a dime. He's like, what? I'm like, man, I didn't make a penny. I reserved the contest. I had 3 walks, 53 teams, and I didn't make a dime. They paid the top 3 in each meet. They didn't pay GC. They didn't pay reserve. And man, I hit 9th chicken, 9th ribs, 4th brisket, reserved the contest, and the end.
Hey, you did get paid because
it almost qualified. Like next year, they're talking about moving it to Mississippi. I mean,
they're going. Well, look, your money's going to stay the same, but your fuel cost is going to go up.
In fact, the way we were talking about it, like, man, it might be overqualified to be a Mississippi cook-off.
Well, the good thing about it is you only need 25 here. That there is a little bright side, but you mentioned something, man. And
it's so easy to get 25 teams in Mississippi.
Look, this is kind of off the wall, and I'm gonna get on my soapbox here just a moment. I've heard a lot of people talking, and look, I've got my own opinion on some things, and look, we need judges, especially on the KCBS side. We need good reps. We need good organizers. But there's something that people always kind of take advantage of. They don't want to bring the teams in. And I know I'm a team, and this coming from my side, but you got to take care of the teams first. And whoever's listening to this, look, we got to make sure everybody's taken care of. We got to make sure the judges are good. We got to make sure that the reps are, doing what they're supposed to, and the organizers are being handled and they're taking care of stuff. But guys, say what you want, and I want to get everybody's feedback, but you've got to take care of the teams first. There's one thing, if you take all of those people that I just said and you put them in the bowl, there's only one that you could take out that if you took out, you're not going to have anything. You can't have a contest without teams. You can without certified judges. You can go get them off the street because I think there's some people in Texas that do that. Some of the teams can even organize and damn rep it themselves if they need to. Take care of your teams. And I understand, again, that you want to sit there and you want to take care of, you want to put money into a charity. Man, I'm all about that. But you can't I'm just using a random number. You can't give $20K to a charity, but pay out your event $5,000.
Yeah.
If you don't have the event, you don't have any money you're giving the charity. So my whole thing comes back to we're dwindling the numbers. Events are going away. And it's because it's gotten very expensive and these things aren't paying out. And I love it when you can pay teams, but you can also take care of the charities. But you've got to handle these teams first, and then it trickles down from there. Right or wrong, that's how I feel. Just wanted to put that out there. And Phil, this isn't what the show's about, but thoughts.
Preacher Wes is on the roll. I like it. Amen, Wes. Totally agree, man. The Shiggers are loving it. Okay, so they did, to clarify, they did pay out, right? So I don't know, 53 teams. I think the entry was $150. So man, I don't know. That was like $8,000, and it was 75-80%. So just say they had like $6,000 to pay out. So I don't know what it worked out to be, $1,500, couple grand a category, paying the top 3. They had money, but I always think the GC and the RGC, man, should walk away with money, right? And when you have 53 teams show up at a contest and you only pay the top 3, man, you very well can hit fourth. This was a 3-meter. They didn't have pork. It was Lone Star. And I'm not knocking them. I'm not here to knock them on their payout. But, man, if you look at it in hindsight, man, I would think you would hope that the GC and the RGC made money at a contest. So, man, it is what it is. Man, we didn't come home empty-handed as a family. Carmen cooked the cook-off, chicken on a chain. She busts out every year or two when she cooks, and I'll be damned. I was like, man, I hope Carmen wins today. I really was. I wanted her, she said she's had reserves in the past, but she doesn't have a GC, and I'm like, man, that'd be so cool. And I'll be damned. they started out with chicken. I hit a ninth, and I'm like, man, that's 2 points. It doesn't really set you up that good, right? I'm like, shit. And man, they keep going, and first place chicken, and they're calling numbers. She goes, I think it was like 7-1. They called out 7-1-2, and she goes, man, mine's 7-2-2. I'm like, are you serious? That's so close. And then man, we're just sitting there, and like 30 seconds later, she gets up. I'm like, what's going on? Oh, it was mine. She didn't do it on purpose, but she didn't have her glasses on. She couldn't read the numbers. So she hit first place chicken and made like $1 grand on that call. So, man, saved the day. You know, we did bring home money as a family at least. But yeah, man, it's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, look, and people will know who I'm talking about. And I don't mean to put these out there, but I mean, and there's multiple. It's not just the one in particular, but, you know, we go to a contest this year, and they brag about how they raised over $100,000, $160,000 for charity, and they're getting big checks on stage, and they paid out top 5 in the category. There's usually always 100 teams there, but I think there was maybe 60 there this time. They paid out top 5 in the category and the top 2 overall. And then the kids queue go there, and it's a $25 entry for the kids queue, and it doesn't matter if you win it at all. You didn't get nothing. Not a trophy, not a certificate, not a congratulations, just a come up on stage, get your ass off stage. That's what I'm talking about. And there's multiple like that. It's not just take care of the teams, and you can still give to the charity as well. Because without that contest, you're not giving anything to charity. That's all I'm getting at. So
at the end of the day, it's nice when there's a well-rounded balance to it. You know, man, everybody leaves happy. You know, it's nice to support causes. Yeah. Man, it's nice that, you know, I mean, we all know it's not cheap to cook. So every team there spending whatever it is, $500 to $1,000, dependent, right?
To leave the house.
You know, we call it a hobby, but man, is it? You know, we do go for if there wasn't payouts, would we still be doing it? Man, I don't know. So no. And it's nice when it's all balanced out, but so is life.
No, you're right. So what is the goal for this weekend, man? Where are you going?
Man, so they have quite a few cook-offs. I think we're headed to Lampasas. It's a CBA. It's a couple hours from the house. We normally do it every year. So, yeah, we'll go battle it out there. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, it'll be fun, man. Yeah, we're ready to go. But man, I'll tell you, some of the people we got coming on here tonight. When I started. I don't know when you started, Phil. I'm sure it's a lot sooner, a lot further back than I did. No, not saying you're old by any means, but you started cooking in
2015. I started in 2015.
I did my first non-sanction in 2016. We only cooked one that year, and it was just some out of Bass Pro Shop. We really started in 17. And when we started in 17, man, there was a couple of teams. I mean, I could count them off my one hand who was just tearing the circuit up. And the 2 people we come on there, we're going to have on the night, man, they were 2 of the people that were cooking it. And wherever they went, man, they were a threat to win it. It didn't matter which state. I think they didn't like Arkansas. One of them, Adam will tell me. But, man, and you go look at their you'll go back. Me and Chris Schaefer talked about it one time. And if you'll go back and look at Cajun Blaze, I know there's Cajun Blaze, there's Cajun JuJu, and they've kind of separated due to family or whatever. But, man, their winning percentage in KCBS is second to none. It's unbelievable. They were the bad boys of barbecue of tearing everybody and getting everybody's entry fee and going home with it when I started, until we finally got those guys to go off in the BCA and stay the hell there. And I think we're going to bring them on and talk a little BCA and what's going on. What do you think?
Yeah, let's bring in the stars of the show.
Absolutely, man. We got Adam Gautreau with Cajun Blaze.
What's up, Adam?
What's up? What's up?
Hey, Jason. How's it going, man?
How y'all doing, man? How's it going?
Man, thanks for coming on. Glad to have you guys.
Long overdue to have you guys on here, man. Well, I don't think we really want to shine any light. Keep your guys down in Louisiana. Y'all don't come anywhere else. Y'all just beat up on each other and don't go anywhere.
Yeah, y'all keep all them Louisiana folks honest. Y'all don't need to be crossing rivers and shit. It's bad enough I got to battle you guys out in Houston every year.
Yeah.
So let me ask you, obviously you guys have been known to be on the Cajun Blaze, team together. What got you guys? I know you still love each other, but what got your guys to separate, and when did that happen?
Well, so when we started, we always cooked separate. We were cooking in the IBCA separately. and then we all just team up for KCBS events only. So we've always cooked against one another unless it was a KCBS. Then we cooked together.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just remember y'all had the smallest trailer of anybody I've ever seen, and everything had its place. I mean, y'all had to coordinate when you went in and out the door together.
Whoa. Are we talking smaller than my trailer?
Oh yeah.
Man, that's a good.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They had beds that lifted up. I mean, I'm telling you, it was a coordinated.
It's
My
a
bed was
People thought it was actually a smoker.
yeah.
The bed was a smoker.
So
A lot of
on the
times
front of
we-
it, they had two pipes for flagpoles on the very front, and they thought that was a smoker, and that was our exhaust. It was so small. It was less room than a 10 by 10 tent. It was like 9 feet long to the V and about 5.5, 6 feet wide. That's it.
It was one of those mini U-Hauls.
It was the smallest thing you've ever seen.
with a back porch.
That's
With
way
back-
smaller than my trailer. Kudos.
And they had fenders, and it was still small on yours.
Oh, come on
Yes.
now, man. I'm always taking
Yeah.
shit off my fenders that I don't have.
Oh, he's team no fenders. He don't give a shit.
It was
But
the
I'm
smallest
telling you.
trailer you have ever seen.
Right.
The most well put together, organized. They would lift this bed up to get this seasoning over here, go over here to get all. I mean, and it was unbelievable. But man,
Yeah.
y'all made it work.
It was.
I was
so
on the
small.
top bunk, and actually my top bunk was the table, up the prep table and all. So
Oh man.
get up at the same time, take the bed down, put it underneath, and that was it. It's time to get to work. No more sitting down because you couldn't unless you went to sit outside.
That's it.
Man, I can promise you my top bunk days are over with. I promise you. Man, we're going to hit the floor before we make it to the top bunk. And I say that because, man, I've tried. I tried about 5 years ago. Man, I can't get up there.
They realized this top bunk was pretty low. It was regular countertop. What is that, Adam? 50?
36 inches.
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what it was.
I might could make it onto that one. I could roll onto it.
Hey, those were the good old days, man. I slept good in that trailer. I do not
yeah.
sleep good in the newer trailer. I do not.
Oh man.
He misses his boy over there, man. You need a cuddle. Is what you need.
Man, back when I used to live in East Texas, I would, especially Adam, I know I'd run into you quite a bit. Y'all remember, you cooking in Kirbyville and just different events. And man, I've been out in the hill country for 5 years, and man, I don't think these past few years you've been able to cook as much as you were in the past, right? I think maybe family's busy and the kids and all that, right? Huh?
Baseball has claimed all my extra time with my two boys, but it's about to be over, so we'll see what's going to happen. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we talked about it in Houston a little bit. You got what? Not too much longer, right? I guess
I
just
got
maybe.
one graduating next month, and then one the next year. So one more year of that, and then I don't know. We'll see.
But you have been cooking a little bit more lately, it seems like, anyway, from the outside looking in, I guess.
Yeah, just ever since I got into high school, I had a little more free time. So I have been able to cook a little more. I still think I only did maybe 10 contests last year.
Yeah. Well, that keeps the rust off anyway.
It does, but that's about all it does.
Yeah, right. Well, it's nice
That's
to get in the
about all
groove
it does.
and cook. So y'all mainly do BCA, right? Because that's what
Right.
mainly is in Louisiana, right? How many contests do they have a year over there?
I would say about 13, 14.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I think we had 15 last year, maybe somewhere around there.
Are there other contests besides BCA in Louisiana? A few, maybe. I don't know.
No, they ever since Hammond, well,
got
Vidalia, they have
Vidalia,
Vidalia KCBS.
KCBS.
That kind of
Yeah.
just came back a few years ago.
Didn't they used to have an IBCA in Shreveport or something? Maybe. Seems like
Man,
I've done one a few years ago. 5 or 6 years ago, maybe.
yeah, it's been a while. It's been a
They
while.
probably come and go, and maybe it's not around anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, we lost Hammond KCBS too. That was another good one there for sure. We lost that one.
It's
Yeah.
backyard now, right? Didn't they
It's
bring
only
it
the
back?
backyard.
Backyard.
Only the backyard.
Is there a reason they tell y'all why they only brought the backyard back?
Well, just from hearing what I heard, Mr. Eric was, it was a big deal for him, a lot of work. And when COVID hit, I guess he caught a sigh of relief and said, "Whew, well, maybe I don't want to do that again." So I believe that's what it was. He finally got the break during COVID and never brought it back.
Hey, thank you, John.
Appreciate it, John.
We are
There's
still
our,
hoping for a reunion tour, though. I'd like to go back one time. Sure.
Brother, that would be that's one of the best contests I have ever cooked, and it was a blast.
It was awesome.
Man, we all got a nice one coming up this weekend, huh?
We do, man. We got headed to the Paragon Casino. It's a $12,000 payout. I believe I heard they have about 48 cooks. And so the big deal about this one is if you finish in the top 10 this weekend, they used to have a big contest in November, but now they canceled it. And it's only the top 10 from their spring contest get to go in November. 10 people only for 12 grand.
Wow.
Nice.
First place is $5,000 out of 10 people. That's it.
Oh, nice.
So
Man, that's
you
real
have
nice.
to get 10th this weekend or better to be able to go back in November.
How many teams are going this weekend? What do y'all normally get for this one?
I think we're at 48 right now.
Yeah, nice.
And that is a big turnout for us.
Man, nice.
What do y'all usually get roughly? Like what is y'all's turnout?
We had one last weekend, the weekend before we had 32.
Yeah.
We had 32 last weekend. I mean, sometimes we struggle to get 25 during the hot months. You know, nobody wants to get out.
We're starting to see quite a few new faces, so hopefully they keep cooking with us. We're trying to help them out a little bit. Anything they need, try and keep them coming. So
Does barbecue in a whole seem pretty strong in Louisiana right now? I'll just preface that with it seems like numbers are pretty good. Like maybe they're bouncing back from the past few years when they were softer over here. How about Louisiana?
I don't know, man. We need some more. We need some more cooks.
Yeah.
We need some more cooks.
I think we're getting a few new ones right now, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, y'all keep beating up on them. Why would they want to do that?
We help them out.
Get in there, man.
They can definitely come ask us anything. We'll tell them. We help them out.
Yeah.
No, they've always helped me if I've ever asked, man. But you're right. You get off in that hornet's nest. You get in there with those two guys, and this Cruz. He cook BCA with you guys, or he just do the hog MBMs. He jump in.
He does when he can. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, every now and then, not much. He might do probably 2 BCAs a year now.
Right.
And one of them is up in Mississippi. I think he won that one last year at Biloxi.
Yep.
And
that's the one you need to come to, Wes.
Yeah,
we actually talked about this. I talked about this 2 days ago to somebody, and because they were asking about the jack, and I told him, I said, I think there's one in Mississippi, and I even said Biloxi, and I said, if we're going to ever do one, that's the one we need to jump into.
Yeah, because
Mississippi
has 3 qualifiers this year, maybe
3 qualifiers, so it'll be South Haven. Right this second, we're at 29 teams at Brookhaven. Fingers crossed. I don't want to hear no shit, LC. Be quiet.
Because last year that one didn't make it, so it was only 2 qualifiers in Mississippi.
Right. He had a 50-50 shot at the jack.
Yeah.
So yeah, if everything holds up, it's going to be 33% chance to go to the jack out of those 3 right there.
Can we change the conversation?
This is why you've got to come cook over here more, man. And yeah, he came over here.
Wes.
we had that thing set up as a qualifier for.
When they have 4 contests in Mississippi a year, 3 of them are qualifiers. Let's put it that way.
Jason, you got to tell them where we're going. You got to tell them where we're going in about 20 days, man.
I was told it's going to be 40 solid teams, but anyway, we'll move on.
We're going to cook Memphis in May.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Are you serious? All right. The question is, you're cooking for someone, or are you cooking on your own dime?
Jason's got a story.
Holy
about 2 contests ago, James Cruz stepped up and he was able to talk to the people in Memphis in May, and they provided a spot. Pit Boss was able to put up a lot of money for the spot, and I ended up winning that contest. So we got a spot in Memphis. We got a Pit Boss grill, a lot of money, and we're going to have fun. I put a big deal. Me and Adam and quite a few people. And we're going to just have fun, go try it out and see what's going to happen.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome,
Dude,
fellas.
Talk about when country comes to town. We don't know what we're doing, bro. We need some help.
I tell you what, my money's on y'all.
I don't know, man.
So what
I never cooked a baby back before.
What category y'all cooking?
Ribs.
Yeah, you're gonna do ribs. Nice. And this is y'all's first time? Have y'all ever been there?
We're gonna do spare ribs, though. We're not.
I've been one time to spectate in 2015. I got to go hang out with Mark Lambert. He invited me to a whole all access tour, but I don't know about all those flowers and stuff, man.
Yeah, you can do it.
Well, look, there's only a few teams that make finals, and from what I've heard, man, just gather up the flowers from the spots that didn't make the final.
We're not going to have much. Our spot's really small. I think it's 18 by 20. So
It just means
we
less flowers.
don't have
is
much to
easier.
decorate.
The question is this: can y'all be there for that many days and stay sober enough to do this? Be honest. I just don't think y'all can.
I'm riding up. My son graduates Thursday night, so I have to graduation party Thursday night and get up at the crack of dawn Friday morning and get it.
Well, then that'll be your saving grace. He's actually
Yes.
saving your whole contest for you.
That makes a good story. Again,
Yeah.
my money's on y'all.
Dude, that's
I
gonna
got
be
a
awesome.
lot of work to do, for sure.
No, it is.
Well, that's going to be a good time. Hey, y'all are in Louisiana, man. Just bring palmettos. You know, that'll fill up a room real quick.
Well,
And they'll stay green for a
Good
couple of weeks.
idea.
I mean, that's what we brush the deer stands in, right? Bring
Yeah,
the
it might not be a
palmettos,
bad
stick
idea.
them in the ground, man. That'd make beautiful decorations.
So after we do that one, we'll only have one bucket list left. We've never cooked the Royal either.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah.
that's right, because you've always had baseball. I've asked you that.
Yep. All my vacation was 2 weeks for one for each kid. They had, like a World Series we went to, and I would take a week off for hunting, and the other week was for family vacation, and that's my 4 weeks. So I've never been able to go.
All right. So you're
Have you been
going in
back?
2026 is what we hear, right? Because
In 2 years, let's see. So next year, no, maybe 27, maybe next year.
I know,
Yeah.
but 26, it'll be November, so baseball should be over by then. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and he'll be graduated, so who knows? I need to get there, man. We need to go. We've been cooking a long time, and
We definitely
have
need to do
qualified
that.
every year.
You'll
So-
enjoy it, man.
It is a blast, man. It's the best contest for me out there. It's worth the 13-hour drive over. I'm telling you, it is an absolute blast.
Yeah.
Get you boys up. I hate you're not going to get to witness or deal with the racetrack. I never did the old one. I don't know if Phil, if you've done it. I know you guys haven't because you never cooked it. I never went to
first year was the first year after
the
that.
stockyards.
Yeah. I think
I would have loved to have done that.
2018 was the first year I went to the Royal. So, and I've
Okay.
cooked it every year since. And I think the year before was when it was, I don't know. I can't remember. But no, it's the same location every year for me. And I hear they're going to move it, right? Maybe one more year, 1 or 2 more years at this
But
one.
it was supposed to move this year to the Royals opening up their own deal. I mean, this thing is absolutely huge from what you can see when you drive by it. And this was supposed to be the last year, this past year. And then I guess some things happened. They said, we're going to have it one more year, knocking on wood. So this is the last year they're going to have it on the track. I love the track. I've never had it anywhere else. But, man, you talking about a party. Oh, I can't even get – you guys would like it. But, I mean, you got to pace yourself for sure. Thursday night will get you.
They do Houston every year. They're going to be disappointed in the party.
Yeah, I've never done Houston. So, yeah, I hear that is the biggest party there is.
Man, it's not even 10% the party of Houston. So but man, it's a great contest. Man, it's pretty cool with 500 teams that are, however many, 250, 300 teams that want to go win the contest. Man, it's pretty cool. And it's amazing what they do, just logistically getting all those teams in and out and making it pretty seamless. So, man, the Royal's a great time. Yeah, for sure. We'll see you in a couple of years.
You guys out there.
Yeah, hopefully.
Man, let's talk flavor profiles a little bit. Man, you guys are in Louisiana. So, man, is there anything, are y'all sticking to like a Louisiana profile? Is it, in your opinion, kind of similar when you cook other parts of the country, or can you tell us anything about those?
Pretty much same thing. We don't never really change nothing up. Cook kind of a sweet rib, not too sweet. Chicken's pretty strong. I'm not gonna say, I don't know, it's a lot of garlic. I guess I'll say a lot of garlic, kind of salty, especially during the summertime, salt wind. So
Yeah.
but it's pretty much the same. Whenever me and Adam was cooking KCBS, we didn't really change anything. We just roll with it. I think it's more of a meat texture and a good mellow sauce,
Yeah.
And BCA has the judges. I mean, y'all still select them the day of or whatever. So you're having
5 minutes before, whatever.
Yeah. middle of turn in,
I like that, man. I think that's the way it should go for everybody. And that people take that as me bashing certified, but man, get them. That's fair for everyone. I think that's great.
Man, you guys are 3 meats, and we were talking about it before you guys came on the payout this past weekend. Man, do you guys normally pay GC and RGC? And one comment on that, like even IBCA in Texas in general, typical 3 meat categories. Man, typically man, whoever GCs or RGCs got nice walks, right? So they typically made money. So it is a little bit of a anomaly whenever you don't. But and what y'all's payouts typically look like as far as structure wise?
We never ever get payouts for GC or RGC at all. All the money's paid out in the categories, you know.
Right. Sometimes they might give like $100 or something out for
Something
grand champion
small.
or reserve, but a lot of times they try and pay the top 10. I think a couple contests ago, 10th place was like $100 or something, or 10th place maybe 25. It just depends on how much we have to pay out, you know. A lot of the contests, you know, they might have $3,500, $5,000, somewhere around there, but they try and spread it out for sure. That way, if you get something top 10, you might get a little gas money or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
really
they
don't
take
prefer
a
a
small
heavy payout.
contest.
Right.
I really don't prefer a heavy payout for grand champion. I like to spread the money out in all the calls.
Absolutely.
I mean, I remember the first KCBS I went to or seen people win. I was like, man, why do they need to give that guy $3,000? He don't need that much money.
What's that?
We were just getting paid. No GC. All the money's always spread out. Everybody got a little piece. And
I hit first
KCBS
ticket. It
like,
was $150, man. They got $3,000.
what
But
does he
he
need
said
that
that.
much money for?
And then he started taking all of it. He was like, you know what? That was a good idea to pay those $3,000 out. Y'all some bitches have taken enough of those $3,500, $4,000 checks. But you're right, man. When you go somewhere and it is paid well in the categories, that's just, if you can get a nice check even at 10th, that makes the whole weekend better.
Right.
It does.
Instead of getting a $25, you know, voucher somewhere.
Man, we're back to balance. We're back to balance. I just think the main difference, right, is depending on whether you're doing a cumulative system or one that gives you points based on your calls. So that's, I think, in general, how they break those down.
Jacob, and that's exactly right. If you can give that instant gratification to some new cooks and they're getting some money, and look, if you're getting a bunch of tenths, you may not get your money back, but man, if you put some money in your pocket, it goes a long way to jumping in and saying, let's do another one. So I think it should be that way.
That's right.
And I prefer to give my input on the payouts after the contest. It's so much easier to tell them how they should structure it.
Yeah, considering if you didn't win the one in Brandon, you wouldn't get in the crowd. He left out there with a decent amount. I think it paid your fuel to get there and back to Texas.
I'm not a fan of top heavy. Spread it out. That's how I feel.
I'm the same way, man. Absolutely.
Always
That's
been
the
like
only way to do it. Because they're drying up. These the sponsorships. There's not no big money payouts anymore. There's not big money contests. They're few and far between. There was one in Pine Bluff that I'm crossing fingers and praying because the organizer passed away this year, and I think it paid $50,000 or $60,000. There's just not many of those anymore, unless you go into Texas.
Well, they did that one in New York. I see, just, I don't know much about it, but isn't it like 50 grand or 100 grand or something early August?
I think it is 75,000, and it is an auto to the jack. And yeah, I mean, there's a ton of people going to it, but that's a long drive, man.
Yeah, when you get a sixth place call and you get $50, and then the first place call gets 700. Man, I was just right behind him in points. What do you need that much money for?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
What does he need that much money for? You're going to make me laugh every time you say it, Adam. That's good stuff.
So you guys plan on doing we talked about Vidalia. Y'all gonna jump back in that again this year or what?
Man, I gotta go figure out what a phosphate is first.
Yeah, you better. You're gonna jump on that. Look, if you I told him about some phosphates and some chicken last year, and he looked at me like I was speaking Spanish. What in the hell are you talking about? I was like, man, if you ain't putting phosphates in your meat on KCBS, you are way behind them.
And it's just like what you just asked Jason about his flavor profile. I feel like I'm still trying to find mine because I went a few years just showing up at contests, cooking old recipes because I didn't have time for any kind of development. So I feel like I'm just now getting the fire back and starting to practice and work on recipes again. So I'm still trying to find something new now, I guess I'd say.
Well, LC, don't you have something called the Rainmaker?
I do. Man, I'll send you some Rainmaker, Adam. I'll send you some Rainmaker. Hey, listen, I was supposed to get you that orange hat, right? And man, they all kind of got dispersed before I could. And I did mail you one out today, though. I had to. I had to get your address from Glenn, so he sent me your address, and I do got a hat coming your way. I'll have to get some phosphates so you can play around with them.
Yeah, man, because I'm telling you, I was just running some old recipes, and we didn't fool with any phosphates or anything like back in the day. And so I tasted his chicken, and I was like, holy cow, I'm so far behind in this game. And I still didn't. I just left it alone. And then this year we went to the Houston Rodeo, and I tasted some of Scott Guy's chicken with Mark Lambert. Man, I might be on the phosphate train now.
Hey, it's loaded up. Now, if you don't have the piss for 2 days.
How'd y'all doing chicken at Houston this year?
Fourth.
Fuck them phosphates.
It was.
Well, look, what had happened was, so we done a practice run, and we had everybody come over and taste our chicken, and I think Adam's white meat was better than mine, and my dark meat was better than his. So I don't know if he said it or I said it. It's like, well, hell, let's just mix our injections together, and that's what we did. So we just
on the fly strategy. Just put them together.
Well, at first I said that's an easy fix. Let me inject the breast with my injection, and you inject the dark meat with yours. And he said, "No, let's just mix them together and shoot it in there." And that's what we did.
Okay, could you take it from the top? Exactly what was in there? I mean, the crowd wants to know.
Jason's is homemade, Jason's is homemade, but mine's I'm gonna have a little camouflage hat come in the mail what was in mine.
Oh hell.
Appreciate it.
He's paying the sponsor tonight. I like it.
Just spin it around and send me back some instructions on how to use it.
Now, Jason, you've got you're developing some of your own rubs. And you got any injections, or are you just doing rubs right now?
I'm just playing with them.
Got a big one coming in. Sorry. Thanks, Caesar.
Caesar, we got the $1.99 out of them really quick.
It's getting late in the show. I was worried about him. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, my man.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I've just been running my same injection for a while. I make it all from scratch. And my rubs, I've been kind of, especially my rib rub, but I'm not doing too good in rib. So I'm about to hang that one up for a while and start playing with some other ones. But I don't know. I always make my own stuff, though.
But you were tearing ribs up last year. So where do you think it was at?
I still was doing good, but I was still like, might do 7th place, then might hit a 4th, might hit a 1st, but then I might not hit nothing. I want to try and get in that top 4 every time, you know?
Damn.
Yeah, he can afford a 7th rib because he always started out every contest with the 1st place chicken, you see?
Yeah. He was playing with house money every contest.
I just found my rib, a lot of time the way it was is when I was cooking it, sometime it, so that year when I done good.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, G-Walt.
I was running kind of a fruity rib. It was a little bit fruity taste to it. And every time it didn't taste like fruit, I noticed I hit real well. When I thought I nailed it, it was like, well, I didn't do so good. So I kind of backed off of that. And it's just been up and down all the time on ribs. Meat texture. Last weekend, I tried some different stuff on the drum and definitely got them hot enough. And you couldn't even bite them. They was not even edible. So, yeah. And it showed I didn't make final table. But, I mean, it was my fault. But I was trying a couple of different things. Cooking on a drum, I put a lot of liquid in the fall to keep it from burning. And last weekend, I didn't put no liquid in the fall. It didn't burn, but didn't get hot enough to cook it either. Yeah. So it was pretty bad.
Yeah, well, the old new motors. New motors take a little bit to get there.
I knew what you guys were cooking on when I was cooking with you in KCBS. Jason, you went to drums. Adam, you still got the same stuff, or you on drums? And now, what are you cooking on?
I pretty much ride around with an old hickory for decoration, and I cook on drums.
He's showing that support, but that thing has probably got so much rust in the middle of it. No,
it's bolted down, so it just stays there. But man, I'm running the drums.
Okay, got it. And how long? Appreciate it, Pinkerton. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate it, buddy.
And how long have you been doing that? Because man, you're one of the guys that actually got me in old hickory.
I think, let's see, the year before last, they used to have a old hickory at the Houston Rodeo for me to cook on, and then something happened to it, and I was told they'll be providing me with drums. So I really started practicing brisket on the drum in 2023 to go to the rodeo. So I practiced for a few months on that, And then I hit like a 14th brisket in 23. So I just kept riding it after that on the drum.
So what did you like about it that it provided that the Old Hickory didn't? Look, I changed. I know why I did it. I want to know why you did it.
I just did it because the calls were there. I mean, I would cook a brisket on a drum, get a good call, the calls
Fair
kept
enough.
coming, so I never stopped.
Yeah. Do you personally like the meat better, or is it just, hey man, I'm gonna cook it on whatever gets the calls?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't even understand how you can make a better brisket than on the Old Hickory, but the drums are working, and I need to go. I mean, my brisket kind of been falling off a little bit, so I might just switch back to the Old Hickory and see what happens.
No, it's not.
Yeah. What relatively speaking, he's like, I got a 7th brisket.
Brisket's the only thing that always kept me going and always was a solid, I'm probably still running the same recipe from 2012, never changed one thing. Jesus. And now, I'm serious, it's just same recipe.
Well, I'm going to tell you what's happening.
Chicken and ribs are just, I'm still trying to get up there. I'm still, every contest, it's either the best I can do is a 4th or I'm in the 8th, 9th. I can't crack a top 3, and it's very hard to win a contest without a top 3 call with the point system we have. You have to have a top 3, and I cannot get into the top 3. So I'm trying to make little tweaks on chicken and ribs. I'm switching brands of chicken, switching charcoals, switching pits, just trying to move up a little bit.
Well, what is he doing, Jason?
I'm gonna tell you what's happening with the briskets is we always stick to primes. We prime, and they starting to cook a lot of Wagyus on us, and they cooking them Wagyus excellent. Because I cooked prime last contest, and the guy I ended up 6th place. The other guy cooked, he had a prime, and he was 10th place, and me and him was tasting our briskets. So at BCA, you can go taste the food after. My brisket and his brisket had the exact same texture. 1st place and 2nd place, we wasn't even no comparison. I mean, it was that much difference in our briskets. So I think the briskets, the primes that we cooking, are kind of like is the best ones we can find. Are kind of like the old choice used to be. Yeah. They just they don't have a lot of marbling in them no more. You don't find no really really good ones.
Where have y'all cooked a Wagyu? Have y'all ordered them in and tried them, or are y'all just sticking with primes?
Well, last Wagyu I cooked, I got 1st place with it. Then I cooked the prime last time, I got 6th. So yes, I have a Wagyu coming in for this contest this weekend.
Oh,
hopefully
I've been running the primes, but like I said, for this one, we got with the implications for November, such a big deal. I do have a Wagyu coming this weekend, and we have a very big contest the weekend after in Alexandria that pays out $15,000. So I'm gonna get another Wagyu for that one. Yeah. But we've been running them primes. I cooked the prime in Vidalia.
I was going to tell that story. So everybody's there cooking in Wagyu, and he's belly aching and bitching about, all I could find is this prime at this grocery store, man. I'm just going to run with it. And here we go. We're going, and, we're getting up in there. And that was where I was in the running for it. And we get a call, and here, what do you hear? Cajun Blaze. What was that, a 3rd or 2nd or something?
You were up a 4th.
Well, he comes up there acting all, oh my God, I can't move. When we knew it, the guy could cook it.
They got little Kit Polk, man. I'm getting some Kit Polk vibes.
He kind of hit this little number.
I think it was a $46 brisket too.
Here we go. we got a coon ass Kit Polk in the house.
Both of them can wear you out with damn grocery store meat. I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like it in my life. Unless they're in Arkansas, because I think both of them hate Arkansas.
It makes you a better cook.
Hey, that's unbelievable. So that is one of the reasons why, like I said, I stayed my ass out of Louisiana and let you boys just get after it. So,
but it's going to have to come to Biloxi.
I am looking at it. I'm trying to venture out. I really do. I want to go do some things. And if I say CBA, I'm going to get 15 people who say I'm full of crap. But I want to do that. We're going to get one over here next year, do some BCA, try to get some of that, man, and just spread the love.
When you pass through Louisiana to head to Texas to do a CBA, pick me up, man. Pick me up. I'm coming.
That's fine.
You can jump in. We'll take care of you. I'll even get you I'll get you a choice to cook over there.
Wes, we got you a new show shirt coming. It's got a bull on it.
There ain't no doubt.
Is the outlaw big enough for both of us to cook on? Like I can take one side?
Absolutely, man. You can get the left door. I'll take the right.
Yeah.
We'll get after it. It'll be like the old times. You ain't sleeping in my bed with me. You're gonna have to Figure that out.
Man, we talking sharing pits. Does BCA, can you share pits?
They just changed the rule last year
This
to where
year.
you can, and it is simply just to try to encourage more cooks.
Man, I think it's great. Man, Lone Star has that option. I think it's great. You know, I mean, I don't think there's a whole lot of teams out there competing these days that can't run pits. So, man, it don't bother me. Man,
Right.
It's nothing but a
and the cost
disadvantage
is
to
so
whoever's
high
doing it.
today. I mean, the cost is already so high, right? So,
Yeah.
to outfit a new rig, man, we're talking a lot of money. I don't know. I think it brings more people to the sport. So, I think it's good to at least have the options out there.
If you're paying an entry fee, man, who cares? Just like you said, that gets more people in it. You paid your entry fee. You should be able to turn in 8 boxes if you double your entry fee. They should allow that.
Why not be dead rotting in the ground by the time Wes cooks a CBA?
You made me right. I'm going to come up there February 30th.
The bar has been set, Wes. We've got it over and under.
Yeah, February 30th of next year, I will be there. I promise you.
You need to come to the rodeo too, man.
I was going to go to the rodeo last year, and I'm still kicking myself in the butt. Bill said, man, I got a house. We got plenty of rooms. Come hang out. Everybody was on Champions Row. I was coming back from Wisconsin, and I couldn't make it happen. Still sick about it. So we'll get over there.
We're going to be on Champions Row again next year, so I'm sure the invitation will be open.
I'm not sure.
This is true. Man, this is true.
We still got some contract negotiations. I don't know if it's pretty heated. I don't know if I'm gonna get invited. Hell, this may be my last show. I'm one of those guys.
It's on how arbitration goes, right?
Exactly. See what the lawyers say. No, it's gonna be good times, man. We're gonna have a blast. I hope to see you guys out there cooking some more and coming on back up. Man, it was fun having you guys do it. We used to get you up here quite a bit and saw you at the reservoir all the time, and Mr. Bobby passed, and man, you guys been gone.
Yeah, like I say, man, I've been tied up with life, and like I say, maybe in the next couple of years. I mean, after COVID, I really thought about hanging it up. Like I'm done. But then I don't know. Got some goals I still want to try to do. I got a certain number of GCs I'd like to get to before I hang it up.
You looking at that? Y'all look at that Hall of Fame. I'm telling you, don't lie. Has it snuck in the back of your head a little bit?
No, we just little boys in Louisiana.
Yeah, y'all keep saying that. If you guys, like I said, y'all go take a look at barbecue data, and that is just KCBS. That doesn't tell anything about their BCA, and you will be shocked at the winning percentage that those guys put up back in the day. And y'all really stopped in, what was it, 18, 19?
When COVID hit, I probably
I give like 2020.
It was a little bit before COVID.
I thought it was like 19. I mean, you guys just disappeared.
Pretty much when COVID hit, that was about it for me. And then I got really busy.
Our last contest besides Vidalia was in New Orleans, wasn't it? Was that our last?
I don't know.
I think it
Not
was.
counting Vidalia, yeah.
Right. That was Smithville.
Yeah, that was the last KCBS type thing that we did in 2019. After that Smithville, we really didn't do much after that. That was about it.
Yeah.
I wish Schaefer was still on here tonight. We could talk about that Smithfield deal.
Yeah, that was an hour ago. Missed that opportunity. Hey, y'all don't just do the barbecue though, right? Adam, I know you post some stuff with like jambalaya cook-offs. Y'all do these pop-ups and stuff, right? Tell me about some of that stuff y'all do.
All right. The last Thursday of every month, we do a 1-quart cast iron pot. And there could be anywhere from 10 to 30-something cooks that show up. It's a $5 entry fee, no rules. And there'll be 30 people cooking and 50 people watching, So it's a great time around in the neighborhood.
Yeah, where do y'all do that at?
Oh, at my father-in-law's house. It's actually his property butts up to mine.
Yeah.
And we've been doing that since about 2007. So we almost hitting 20 years on that, doing that once a month.
Once a month since 2007.
Yes.
Man, that's really cool.
Like religion.
And what can you cook in that? You said it's a 1 quart?
Yeah, it's a 1-quart pot, and we cook 1 cup of rice and about a half a cup of pork, half a cup of sausage, and we do a traditional jambalaya.
So that's the contest, is who's got the best jambalaya.
It is a contest, yep. And that kind of stems around what we got coming up it's pretty major, big deal. So Gonzales, where I live, is the jambalaya capital of the world.
Okay.
So every Memorial Day weekend, which is it's the weekend after Memphis in May, it's the 22nd, 23rd, 24th, that weekend. They have a World Championship Jambalaya Cooking Contest, and that is about 80 to 100 cooks. And it's like a tournament style, and you start off with the 80 or 100, and then it gets narrowed down to 32. Then it gets narrowed down to 12. And every time you cook, you're cooking into a larger pot, and everything is over open fire. So you cooking over an open fire, and everything is also provided. You provide the pot, the stand, your stirring utensils, mixing stuff, and they give you hens, some old chicken, some hens, onions, some greens if you want them, bell pepper, celery. They give you salt, black pepper, red pepper, garlic powder, and hot sauce.
Wow.
And that is all you can use. You cannot use anything else. You can't even bring in your own water. You have to draw water from the same spigot as everyone else.
Wow.
You
So they
cannot bring
really
your
only
own.
want to know how you can cook, run a fire, and turn in a product.
So they
Right.
they actually provide their own firewood too. So if it's a little wet, everybody's fighting it. You can't bring your own in at all.
Yeah.
They give you one bottle of lighter fluid, and everything just open fire. You got to control your own heat. You bring you some little wind blockers, basically a 55-gallon drum cut up.
Yeah.
And if you ever in town or make a special trip, you have got to see it. It is the most traditional contest there is. It's in its 57th year, I believe.
And how many times have you done that?
Oh man, my dad has been doing it since 1980, and he is still doing it. This year he had to have emergency surgery a couple weeks ago, so he cannot do it. This is probably I don't know, I've only been doing it about 6 years, because I always just helped him. It was a team of he and I. And then about 6 years ago, maybe I stepped off on my own and started doing it, because, barbecue was my thing. I just went and help him do that. And now I got pretty serious into it. Jason cooks in it. You got to tell him it's a blast, man. And it is.
Well, it's different.
It is a marathon. So
how have you guys done in that? Have y'all done well? Have y'all won it or anything?
So Jason's done really. Jason finished third last year.
I finished third last year.
The year before that, I finished fourth. And it's pretty much a marathon. You are wore out at the end. So you got 4 heats that cook on Friday, early Friday morning, a mid-morning, afternoon, and a late evening. And then Saturday, there's 4 or 5 groups that go. And then Saturday night, they announce the top 32. So if you finish in the top 32, it's a staggered thing. The next morning at 6 a.m., the first 16 start. And at 7 a.m., the next 16 go. And out of those 32, they will be judged. And at noon on Sunday, after you just got finished sweating, it's so hot.
Oh, it's bad.
They announce the top 12, and you literally turn around from the award stage and go get your hens and your seasoning and your onions, and you start cutting onions, and it is a marathon.
How many pounds of rice was the last round we cooked?
So you start off cooking 10 pounds of rice on the first heat with the 80 cooks, and then you switch to a bigger pot and you move to 15 pounds of rice. And then you have to switch out your pots on Sunday if you make it to the final 12, because you got to move up to 20 pounds of rice and about 60 pounds of hen.
Yeah, it is hot. I mean,
there ain't no beer drinking or whiskey going on or anything like that, huh?
No, if you do that, you're going to die.
If you do that, you're going to die.
Yeah.
I'm talking pickle juice, Gatorade, water, you
can drink gallons of water and never go take a leak, man. Ever. You're going to sweat it all out.
And then last year, the wood was kind of big and it was a little damp, so we had to split it really small. Well, my helper is my wife. So I get to split all the wood and all, and she helps. Don't get me wrong, she does a lot. And then you're sitting there trying to stir that pot, and it's just bad.
You're just saying she ain't splitting wood.
No, she ain't splitting. I don't want to split wood. I did it. I hope the wood's better this year, man.
Right on.
I wanted to give up last year on the last round, but I just kept on going.
Oh man, when I came around the corner, I didn't make that final round. I had made the round before, and I came back to see who the winner was. And I came around the corner, and Jason was walking to get his truck, and he was walking death.
I was done, man. Pants about to fall off because he just stressed out, and it's bad. It's brutal.
Sounds like a good time.
Y'all got to
It
watch
is.
my Facebook that weekend. I'll try to post
Talk me
them out
right
so y'all
into
can-
it.
I'm going to do it again. I hope I make it to the last round.
I'll try to post a lot on my Facebook that weekend, and so y'all can kind of keep up with it. But
And when
whenever
you say
they have
was?
that,
When was it?
it is going to be in about 3 or 4 weeks, May 22nd, 23rd, Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. Okay. Right
It
on.
is something to see. And whenever they have those final 12 cooking on Sunday evening, they don't call out places. They just call out one man, the champion. They don't call out third place, second place.
So they post the results later or tell you how you did, and then you get your consolation of going, I did good, but I didn't win it.
Right, right.
Yeah. And is there money attached to that? Like if you win it?
One person gets paid about $3,000.
All right.
The
And why
winner
they
gets
got to
about-
pay that guy all that money?
Gotta give me so much.
Oh, at least call out the
Hey,
top
throw some
10.
gas
You know, let
money
us
and
know where we
sticks.
can. Wes,
And
we
there's
can't hear
also
you,
the
Wes.
little small pots that we do. There's also a live version of that small cook-off there too.
Wes, your audio's off.
We can't hear you, Wes.
Wes,
Well,
Unmute.
now we know how the negotiations went.
Wes.
We
No.
can't hear you. Just sign it, type it. He gone.
He quit.
And I can see how he looked like he had some good things to say. I was like, I can't hear him. Shit. Well, it's
Damn it, he got mad we didn't answer his questions.
the tower. The Mississippi
I think
tower.
he hit I seen him hit the mute button earlier.
Well, man,
I
that
think he
sounds
did.
like a fun time, and that's really cool about that. I guess you'd call it a neighborhood cook-off that you do, man. That's pretty cool to keep something going that long. I imagine y'all look forward to seeing everybody once a month and the camaraderie more than anything, I would imagine.
And you don't have to remind anybody. Somebody might show up and they hadn't been there in 6 years. I'll just come and see if y'all still doing it. Yep, we still doing it. And they just know the last Thursday of every month.
And how do y'all do? What is it? Just one winner of that too?
We call out top 3.
Yeah. How do y'all judge that?
So there are some people who actually cook in that Jambalaya Festival. There's some past champions that actually won that big contest. They come over Thursday night after they leave the Mexican restaurant, and they all go inside, score sheets, whole box, double blind tickets, and whole 9 yards.
Voila. Is there a points chase on it or anything?
No. There is an old wooden jambalaya pot lid, and if you do win, you get to write your name on it. So it's
That's way cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a pic of it or anything?
I will send a pic. I might have a pic of it, but I will send a pic, or I go live every last Thursday too to post to show the awards. I go live, and I'll go ahead and zoom in on that thing, and you can rewatch it.
So of the 8, yeah. Go start mic check.
I was just saying, at first I was like, these are the rudest son of bitches I've ever had on this show.
They're talking over
I'm
me.
asking, and they're not even paying. F these son of bitches. They're never coming back.
I was wondering why you were being so quiet, Wes.
I know.
I was like, man, yeah, they're treating me like a little bitch.
Totally ignoring you.
Y'all go ahead, man. I don't even want to bring up my questions.
You got some Jambalaya Festival questions, man?
You told me some stuff in Vidalia, what to look for. So look, we know that most of the people on here are not going to go out and cook jambalaya, but if you were telling, both of y'all, let me know, if you were going to help somebody out that's never done it, what's 1 or 2 secrets you can say, man, do this, you can make it all right. You told me about the little hot dogs. You remember the rice?
Yes. You got to learn how to cook. You got to learn how to cook real rice. A lot of people don't know how to cook rice, and they use parboiled rice, and it's just not the same as a perfectly cooked piece of rice. You ever go to a Mexican restaurant? Those guys can cook some rice.
Really?
It's popped open, fluffy, soft, tender. It's the same as barbecue. Nobody wants to eat hard rice. You got to perfect your rice.
So Phil, what he was telling me is when you cook a rice perfect, he said if you look at the rice, it looks like like a tiny little hot dog bun, the way it's open up, and it just effing like a hot dog. If you look at it, he said that is cooked perfect. And he fed a bunch of us in Vidalia, and we had people. I know Drew Davis was like, I don't have a refrigerator. I'm going to put this 5-gallon tub of stuff in your refrigerator. Can I do that? I was like, yeah, buddy, we got it. People were taking to-go bags home. It was fine.
I think there should be a jambalaya sanctioning body, or they got the Rib Cook-Off Association. They could have the JCA.
Yeah.
Where's it going to go? It's going to die. It's never leaving Louisiana. Like, we're going to expand. No, there's no reason. There's no reason.
But you got so many people use paw ball rice, and it's just not the same. It don't absorb all the flavors or anything. I mean, it's okay, but just not even close to the regular rice. Mahatma, and just anything really. But
and what do we use when we get in the store? I don't really know the difference. I guess. Man, I didn't know there was that many differences.
A lot of times.
Oh yeah, major difference in rice.
Really?
Yeah. We
So
only
what do
do
we
with
get? I go to the
extra.
grocery store and I get rice. Like, man, I know in Southeast Texas I was getting Doge's rice. What am I getting?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
We just
I guess
cook them.
it's regional to wherever you're at, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean,
Rice
Yeah.
so far.
we
don't
just
have
look for
any
extra
weekend
long grain.
Yeah.
Extra long grain.
Extra long grain.
Yeah, I know we always were using long grain rice, but man, I can't say I'm
Yeah,
right.
you-
Man,
But I'm
you
gonna
gotta,
study up because one day I want to come over there on a Thursday and I want to do that with y'all.
man, you gotta. If you come see that, you'll have a blast.
Which weekend is it?
So it's actually this Thursday night, which is the last Thursday of this month, and then. So if you would come down that weekend for that Jambalaya Festival, we have on the Thursday night before that, we have a special edition one at that place. So we'll have two in May where we do it at my father-in-law's house. We'll have one where you have to cook on wood. It gets you ready for the Jambalaya Festival. And then, so that'll be like Thursday the 20.
Man, message me and keep that on my agenda. I don't know when I'm making it, but I'm going to. And Jason said, so like Uncle Ben's and Zattering. So like box rice is parboiled. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Man,
That ain't what we use.
I got you. We use the bag rice. You go get a bag of rice and you cook the rice.
That's it.
Just
That's
go to
it.
the Mexican place and order the rice, and it's cooked perfect.
That's it.
All
Throw
right,
it in
cool.
there. He said
Yeah.
they can cook it.
Yeah, Adam, text me or whatever. I'm interested in that. I want to do it sometime. That sounds fun to me.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely fun.
Jason, you mentioned earlier, and I know this, but I'll tell all the audience, you're now cooking with your wife.
Right.
You think she's watching this? Yes or no?
She may be in the back. I don't know why.
How's that going? Are you enjoying this? Is she?
Yes,
What does she cook?
she cooks my chicken.
Okay.
I normally cut it in half, put it in a Ziploc bag, and I usually mix the injections. I mix it on a Thursday night and put it in the refrigerator in the camper. And when she gets ready to do everything, she runs me out the camper. And if I go cook without, I got to call her. Hey, how much I need to put in the breast, or how much I need to put? What time I need to light the coals? I wrote it all down for you. It's okay. I'll go read it, but I'm just making sure.
And
yeah,
she's cooking, and I mean, she's doing everything, boxing,
She does.
the whole 9 yards.
I usually help her put it in a box. Sometimes it depends on if I have gloves on doing something. I might take it off the pit and put it in a box. But most times she gloves up and I'll hold a box. She puts it in there and goes make the turn in. I do walk and get the money or the trophy. She don't walk.
I do take all the credit. I do take all the
Let
credit.
them know what you mean. Well, Adam did say you're killing it in chicken.
Everybody knows that she cooks the chicken though in the beef.
Yeah, there's Anna, man. She's a hell of a chicken cook. Them women, them ladies, they can cook some chicken. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, she does good. She does
There's some
good.
phenomenal chicken cooks out there.
I know my wife's not watching, and I ain't letting her ass around my pit. Ain't happening.
Well, but if she don't make the top 10, it's my fault.
Yeah,
You changed
there's
something.
no
No, I
doubt.
didn't change anything. You changed the note.
Now I know where you came from. Y'all had the prison bunks. What are you cooking out of now?
What's that mean?
I said I know where you came from. You and Adam had the prison bunks. Y'all were sleeping 4 inches above each other.
I have my
What are
camper.
you cooking in now? What are you? You got a barbecue trailer? You got an RV?
No,
I can play.
I have a camper.
Okay.
I use my camper. And I cook on drums and a Weber. So I put the Weber in the truck with the drums and roll out. So
Nice.
kind of getting used to that camper. It's pretty comfortable.
Yep.
You damn right it is. You got your shower, your bed, your kitchen, man. You just go out and you cook off
I don't
the-
have a lot of prep area and all. I my sink becomes, countertop right there. I don't have a lot of.
And just
prep
think back
room.
to the 9x4. The 9x4.
No, man. Hey, but that thing was set up though. Me and Adam were good in the trailer, man.
I'm trying to find a picture while y'all are talking to get this thing.
I have pictures. Definitely.
Text it to Wes.
We'll put it up here if you can.
I can. My phone's.
Don't worry. We'll get it later. But I mean, it was the tiniest. I thought it was a joke, man. It was a little circus trailer.
Oh man, it was something else.
Yeah, I mean, Adam was not lying. Sometimes we had a contest and people would be looking around. That's our smokers. Like, no, that's our bed and our prep tables and that's our everything.
If he would want to walk, he would stand in prep to the very front of the trailer, and if he would need to go outside, he's like, "Hey, I'm coming out," and I'd have to get up on the counter so he could pass behind me. There was not enough room for two people to stand sideways and walk.
Oh man,
everything had its place. Even if you're gonna come in there, you had to schedule.
Yeah.
Man, we're 1 hour and 5 deep, Wes. Have you been able to keep up with the comments? I tried to a little bit, but I feel like I missed a lot. Is there anything in there that the Shig Nation wants to drag out of Jason?
Yeah, there's been quite. Look, we don't ask anybody on here to give out any recipes, but if you got a tip on anything that you guys are willing to help, and we got some pretty loyal listeners over here, is there something you guys can throw out there and help them out? Especially some BCA stuff. A lot of Louisiana people tuned in tonight.
Well, everybody knows in a BCA, if you're cooking BCA, they got to use a plastic knife and a plastic fork. So it pretty much, if you're not using a spatula to put your brisket in a box, it better be close. Chicken, I mean, like I said, the hotter it is, the more salt. It's got to be kind of your chicken. I think when your chicken's really hot, your seasoning is it's gonna taste a lot spicier, or just everything's gonna stick out a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then on BCA, you got a second round judging, so you got to push the limit on that first round. If you make it to the second round, your chicken's probably gonna do pretty good.
Okay.
And ribs need to be almost. So you can push the bone back in it every now and then. Box, but they got to use a plastic knife and fork. I mean, it has to be tender.
That's great information.
Good.
Man, for all you listeners out there, it's super valuable information.
What more can you ask for? Our organization allows you to taste the top 10 boxes in each category. If you're just starting out, don't be too proud. Don't be mad. Go up there, taste what wins, and try to make yours taste just like it, period.
Most of the contests, you will see me and Adam up there still tasting boxes to this day.
Do y'all just?
And I will definitely, if my boxes make it, I'm going to taste mine to see what it tastes like after 5 hours.
Y'all taste all 10 or just the top 3? Or
no, just the top couple. And I will go find, like if I finished 8th that day in the brisket, I want to know what my brisket
first, second, and 8th.
like.
You want to taste first, second, third, and 8th or something like that.
Yeah, right? I'll go taste first, second, third, and I'll taste mine to see over that time what happened to that meat. Did it get saltier? Did it get harder? Did it get softer? I want to know what happened to it throughout that couple hours of it sitting there,
Dude, that is awesome. That is better than any comment card you could ever get.
Our class, you get to taste what wins and won in every category, every contest.
Yeah.
That's
and all you got to do is figure out how to cook that.
especially the new cooks. I mean, even the ones that's been cooking a long time, but the new cooks, man, we encourage them. Y'all, after a contest, did y'all go taste anything? No, y'all need to. I mean, it's there. We want it there for y'all to try it. Y'all go up there and try it. See where you're at, because or either come talk to us, during the cooking, we help y'all. But go see what a brisket is, because if you cutting your brisket in this kind of tight, it's going to be really tight by the time they judge it, and you're not going to do good in the BCA for sure.
Yeah.
It's
So
going to be
is it just cooks, or can anybody go up there? Like if I wanted to come try the meat before I ever do a BCA, can I just roll up in there and get it in the boxes?
It's supposed to be just for the cooks.
Yeah,
but
it is supposed to be just for the cooks. And they will make an announcement, only cooks come up and try, Or if you're a part of that team, whatever.
Right.
I got a Cajun JuJu hat. I'll roll up in there. I really know what I'm dealing with.
Bullshit. You're going to wave at them when you roll through Louisiana coming to Texas. We know better.
You better be picking me up.
There's no doubt, man. I'm telling you. I mean, it is right down the road, and there's nothing here. I go do as much as I can in the KCBS, but man, if there's 12 or 15 in BCA and it's just right down the road, I'm not opposed to jumping them anymore. Well, years before, I was like, man, I'm strictly KCBS. I'm not. Now, I know Phil does a lot of classes. Is there anybody on the BCA side that do class? You got, Jerry, you got Brady, you guys. Are there classes being had?
No,
Or you
man.
just
the BCA usually, we were holding class about every 2 years. A bunch of BCA guys would get together, and what they was charging like $150 or something.
$150 a person for a new cook.
Yeah, and
And
we
it was
talked
just
about having
basically
another one.
That is
talking
awesome.
about having another one, maybe up in North Louisiana somewhere, and it's basically be like a bunch of the BCA cook guys go over there and just cook, and we don't hold nothing back and give them any information they want and show them.
Man,
We try to get them to keep cooking, because if they don't come cook and you start getting a couple older guys and all start falling out, which you start losing the cooks, then you don't have the team. Then nobody, it don't count for nothing,
Ain't nobody cooking.
You have to get them 25,
Yeah.
And
Jason Pettis, that's a great idea. Need to get
It is a great idea. That's a great idea right there. We need to do that.
Yep. And right here on the show is just going to be announced. Phil's going to do the $150 class coming soon. You want to go ahead and tell them about it? $150 a person.
Yeah, well, give us the details.
That's what we do.
That's a sauce tasting class.
We will get like a sponsor, such as I think one year maybe like Ritter's Rubs out of Texas sent us a bunch of stuff, and then somebody else. So we use their products during the class and just basically showed them our process and answered questions. We would start the night like I never took a barbecue class or given one, but we would basically just show them what we would do for a contest. They would come in, and it's all new cooks is what it was. I don't even think that a seasoned cook was allowed to take the class. It had to be a brand new first year cook that is eligible to do this $150 class of showing process and asking questions and going through a whole comp.
Man, I think that's awesome. Y'all put it together. I'll send you some stuff to cook with.
Yeah.
You
need to get with John. He's got a great. If you've not been, he. He's got a good place to do it at, and that'll get a bunch of people in this area kind of excited about it. So, man,
and we haven't had one in a while either. We haven't.
Right, that's what I say. It's been a few years. I know they keep talking about it at the meetings and all, but we never really said never decided on having it where we was going to have it at. We talked about North Louisiana. Just we'll get away from Baton Rouge a little bit, try and get some other people to come cook, because it seems like we do a few contests around Alexandria. Like I said, that one does pretty good. We had one in Hall Summit, which they didn't have no teams this year, but Minden, we used to have a good turnout in Minden, but they don't do that contest anymore. They turned it all in the backyard. So I don't know why, but we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, we're losing a few too, just like y'all were saying,
Yeah.
We used to have about 8 or so. Now we're down to 3 that may be qualifiers. So
yeah, Mississippi used to be full, man. That wasn't a far run for us at all. I mean, think about it. We don't have a state below us. The state to the right of us is, nothing in Mississippi. To the left of us, Texas got a bazillion, but that's at least 5 hours,
Just to get to the state line is 5 hours.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. But I mean, again, what, $175 buy-in, $50,000 purse? They pay out for 30.
The state above us, nobody even needs to cook in that state, Arkansas. That's bull.
I still remember you complaining about that. But no, guys, I'm all for it. I think we need to, if we're not going to grow one, we need to grow the next one. I'm not against any of them. It's just wherever we can get teams. And if BCA or CBA wants to play ball, I think we need to do it. I totally feel that way.
Adam, what'd you name the pup?
Pup still doesn't have a name. It's a bad subject. We just got a new lab last Sunday, so now we're on day 9 with no name.
Oh, Jesus.
No name. Man, it could stick.
No name. The dog with no name.
It's a boy or a girl?
It is a girl. Black lab.
Black lab?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And if any of you guys have a name out there, let's hear it. Do we have a short list? And do we have finalists for it or anything?
What's that?
Do you have a short list? Like,
Oh, we named it a few things already, but one family member is like, "Nah, changing that don't work. That doesn't work." We had votes. We've had top 3 on a piece of paper by everybody, and the one with the most names gets it, and it stayed like that for a day. And the wife didn't like it. The dog even came with a name, and it still didn't.
You took his name away.
Man, we got Black Betty out there. Black Betty's pretty cool.
Let me get him to bring the dog out. Maybe we can help name the dog.
Man, we need a visual.
Dog's name is Woo. I heard that.
Man, I want to see what the eyes look like.
This is going to help out a lot.
It's going to.
If you just look at the wall, just name them Jack.
Hey, Rusty Junk said pretty girl, and we ain't even seen her yet.
Or Jackie. With all those damn barrel heads back there. Here we go.
Let's see. Here we go.
What we got here.
Let's see.
Oh, JuJu. Oh, man.
Look.
Allie.
Now you. All right, we need some names on here, people.
This dog is a professional napper too. All it wants to do is sleep.
At least it ain't chewing everything yet.
Oh, it's coming. Blaze. And name that dog Boudin and be done with it.
Boudin, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Not bad.
I gotta get my dog to make her.
Oh yeah, there we go.
What episode are we on, Wes?
55.
Well, this is my
54.
dog. This is Allie, and she's watched all 55 episodes.
Well, that's Allie. Our number one in the running name right now is Ellie, so it's close.
All right, man. Shit, got 2 of the 3 letters right, or however you spell that.
Hey, Adam, I said go with Jackie, the female version of Jack with all those damn barrel heads you got.
That's it.
what I'm
That's it.
Jackie.
Jackie.
Great. Nobody's ever suggested that.
All those barrel heads, and we can't see all of them above your head. Go with Jackie, man. You've been to the Jack 40 times. Look at that. Look at that.
And we always like to ask that question. Have you ever been to the Jack?
He's been a time or two. I think he knows the guy that parks up there pretty damn well.
Oh yeah, Jason. That's right.
Oh yeah, Peregrine, right?
That's
Peregrine.
it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
We always got to bring him a shipment of Boudin every time we go.
That's what I heard.
He ain't got none in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute now.
Uh-oh.
Y'all got bungs this year?
Man,
Oh,
for the
one.
Jason does this. This is my first year. I haven't even been dry spelling it around here, man.
And well, you look
I don't
forward
even talk about Josh.
the Paragon could be it. You never know coming up this weekend. So
I might let him have second. No.
I hope so.
Yeah, y'all still got time. We can all jump in there eventually. So,
Yeah.
What else you got, Phil? Any? I think we didn't talk these guys to death, man. And you got more people wanting to go cook some damn jambalaya now than
man, I
any
tell you
other
what,
time.
man, that neighborhood contest is going to grow. We're coming, man. It just sounds like a good time. So
Oh, it is.
I've watched it many a nights, and he doesn't know it. And I've sat there and be like, man, look at these some bitches having fun.
It is
man,
unbelievable blast. Unbelievable.
it's good to see you guys out there cooking and knowing that you'll be cooking more these next coming years. Best of luck this weekend at the Paragon. Best of luck at Memphis in May. That's super cool. We'll be rooting for you. And I'll be following you on the jambalaya, the live cooks, and all that, man. Thank you guys for coming on. You got any sponsors you guys want to talk about or anybody to thank? You know?
Nobody, man, we just old has-beens, man. That's it. Just some old has-beens.
Listen to him.
Thanks for Walmart for letting me in to get my meat.
Hashtag Walmart.
Just some old has-beens.
Good one to have. It's a good one to have.
If anybody wants to give them money, tell them where they can reach y'all at.
Yeah.
That's what they're looking for. No, I appreciate you guys coming on, man. It's been long overdue. I always think about it every time I, get my ass beat at one of these contests. Like, well, I remember they used to do it all the time. So, man, we should have had y'all on 25, 30 episodes ago, but super pumped to have y'all on. And I look forward to seeing you guys down the trail soon as well.
Hey, don't forget about that contest idea I talked to you about a while back. Matter of fact, I'm kicking myself in the ass and not bringing that out. I talked with 2 people about that, and they were all for it, but they were like, man, I don't see it happening with the money out there, but we can't open that can of worms. We could chat about that, and he don't like it either, so he's out. You see, the money's already running out. We lost a spot.
Yeah, you did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Man, thanks for
Appreciate it,
coming
Jason,
on,
man.
guys. Man, it was great having y'all on.
All right. Thank
What's
y'all.
up, you guys? Thank everybody for tuning in tonight. See y'all next week.